Okay, so let's talk about hill climbing in practice. So here we have the same board that we had earlier. This is our avatar, and what we need now are some enemies. So here's our bad guy. Let's place a bad guy over here, another bad guy, let's say over here. Okay, doesn't really matter where they're at. Now, what we want is for them to be able to chase our avatar based on a smell, a presence. We did this whole stuff earlier in terms of temperature, so we'll say the temperature. And what we say is that his temperature is 100. That slowly gets radiated out to the neighboring cells, and when they find a sense of that temperature, then they'll start chasing it. So, for example, the temperature will go in this direction. Eventually, it will start coming down here, go this way. At that point, this bad guy can go, oh, wait a minute, I know where he's at, and chase him and make a run for him. So that's the plan, okay? Okay, so let's look at the code. And this is right here. This is the code for the bad guy. This part, when it actually sees the avatar right next to it, then it's going to attack and take over, and it's done. That's not the interesting part. This is the interesting part. This is where hill climbing is happening. So the first thing that it will do is it will make a decision. Which direction should it move in? After it makes the decision, then it's actually going to move. I really wanted to show you this way of writing in the code, because we've talked a lot so far about making things happen one step and then another step, synchronizing different agent actions and so on. Well, here we are again. First we pick a decision. First we pick a direction, then we make the movement. So let's look first at how we can pick a direction, and we're right here. So what we'll do is we'll say, well, look, initially it's just minus 99. That's simply my way of saying I have no idea where to go, okay? And then we set the best temperature, okay, to be minus 1,000. What we want is a high value of the temperature. The temperature should range from minus 100 to 100. So minus 1,000 is as worse as it could possibly get, okay? So that's just our initial guess. Now, other than that, we'll check left, we'll check right, we'll check up, we'll check down. Again, those are orders. So let's see what check right looks like, and that's right here. First thing we do is we check, is there a temperature in the right direction? If there isn't one, then we're not even going to consider it. So let's first of all check it, okay? Now the next question is the temperature in the right direction greater than best? And for that, we're using this new condition is that allows us to have comparisons. So this is a value, and we can say greater than, less than, greater than, or equal to, etc. Okay. So right here we're saying is the temperature to or right? Same syntax as we used in diffusion, right? Is the temperature greater than our best so far? And if it is, then let's set our direction to 90 degrees. That's right. Okay. And then set the best temperature so far to temperature right. All the other ones, left, up, down, are exactly the same, except they're checking different directions, okay? So now this is smooth. And here's what we'll do. If the direction is 0, and I can move in that direction, then we'll move in that direction, 0 being north. If the direction is 180 and I can move in that direction, then I'll move in that direction, 180 being south, and so on, right? That's it. That's the whole trick. Now this is kind of our last gasp attempt. If we absolutely don't have a scent, okay? We thought about this and we cannot find a good direction, then we'll just move randomly on a background square, okay? Move random is another new command that we have here, and you can imagine what it does. It just lets the agent roam. Okay, so I'm going to set this running. He does not have a temperature yet, so we're not actually going to generate any kind of a trail for these guys to follow, but I just want you to see how they act. So let's go. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, they're very confused, okay? So they can't seem to find a scent, and actually that's not quite true, they do. And that's simply because minus 1,000 is really, really bad. Okay, so they see a temperature of 0 that looks better than minus 1,000, so they move in that direction. Okay, they're actually not moving randomly. They're just saying, well, you know, this is the best I have. Okay, if I set the initial temperature to 0 instead of a minus 1,000, you'd actually see them move a little bit more randomly, but we don't have that here. Okay, so that's what's going on. This is not very exciting. That's because this guy doesn't have a temperature. So here's what we'll do. We'll bring up the agent attributes window. No agent is selected, so it doesn't show anything. Let's select our avatar. The temperature is 0. Let's change that to 100. Okay, the temperature is 100. As you see, heat is starting to spread. It's coming down this corridor. This is very good. You know, heat is spreading. Let's see who's going to get a scent of this first. Oh, here we go. We are... Okay, so that's our bad guy. Okay, so as you can see, this actually has all the pieces that you need now to build a pretty realistic, pretty reasonable Pac-Man game. By the way, we didn't move at all. Let's see if that makes any kind of a difference. Okay, here we go. So notice that as I move, the temperature increases in that direction. And what this should do is it should make it more, oh yeah, it's and it caught me. All right, one last thing I want to show you. I actually wanted you to see the pieces that had to do with hill climbing, but to be honest, AgentSheets makes that a little bit easier for us. This is actually a recent change to AgentSheets, but it's a very convenient change. So instead of picking a direction and then moving, we can actually simply ask it to hill climb. Okay, so let me get rid of these. And instead, we'll just add one action. And the action right here is hill climbing. There it is. Okay. And we simply have to tell it what do we want it to climb on. And we want it to climb in temperature. And we can choose whether we want to be able to move up, down, left, right, or whether we also want to get the corners. We're just going to move up, down, left, right. We'll apply. This is okay. And, oops, I didn't mean that. That's not where I want the bad guy. That wouldn't be a very interesting game. What I wanted to do was change our avatar's temperature to 100. And now we want to place some bad guys someplace, like here, and let's say there. Okay, so let's run this game. You notice that when we say hill climb, it actually behaves a little bit better when it can't detect the scent. And that's because it's not fooled by our minus 1,000, okay? And there we go. This time the other bad guy got him. So that actually makes it a lot easier to do hill climbing. Your students may like this, but you still want to be able to explain to them what's actually happening. So there you have it.